poppin'? People are only as faithful as their options. Yep. Work hard for it. All right, y'all. Everybody say it's a nice ride, because it is a nice ride. You know what I'm saying? Work hard for this motherfucker. But I'm back at y'all. Talk to y'all about how people are as faithful as their options only. Now, some people are making the argument that, well, what if you have the only option you want, or people can have a lot of options and still be faithful or whatever. Having a lot of options, put it like this, having a lot of people that like you doesn't necessarily mean options. That's the problem. A lot of people don't know what options are. Most people think, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I like that lighting better. I like that lighting way better. I want y'all to be able to see my face on this shit. Fuck that shit. Let me pull it over here somewhere for a second. And I don't care who's watching me make this video either. I don't give a fuck. I feel like making it. That's what I'm going to do. I don't like that lighting either. So we're going to pull over here. Like we just driving around a damn circle. There we go. I like that shit right there. Now, back to what I was saying. A lot of people say that if you have the option that you want, or if you have a lot of so-called people liking you, then therefore, there's people who have a lot of people liking them and they only want one person. Or there's people who got one person and only want that one person. Having a lot of people like you don't necessarily mean that you have options. Even though they are options, technically options are somebody that you actually want and somebody that actually wants you. It goes back to the shit that we say to women all the time. Your pussy got options, you don't. You have options, but your pussy got way more options than you. Why do you think so many women are fucked up right now and frustrated with men and all that shit? Because they think in their mind, they done blew their head up and think they got all these options. But in reality, they don't have options. How many women out here got all these men on deck, but when they try to love them or ask these men to be there for them after they fuck and all that shit, how many of those men are really there? If they really options like y'all claim they're options, wouldn't they be there? Wouldn't they be down for the woman 24/7? See, a lot of y'all don't even know what the fuck options are, and that's why y'all think that people, well, if they got a bunch of people and they still gonna be faithful to one person, then that's all be all. But guess what? Some people out here are in relationships. Yeah, they only want one person because they got a kid by that person. They have no choice but to try to make it work with that person. Or maybe a woman wants a different race guy, but her family don't want her to do that, so she can't. The only option she has is them. You know what I mean? So she has to be faithful to that. She don't have to, but you get my point. Or maybe a woman needs to survive. She has to be faithful to the beta male. Because if she's not faithful to the beta male, then she don't know how she's going to survive. She's only as faithful as her options. Because the other guys in the street ain't trying to do what the beta male do. Most men who got a girlfriend are betas to that woman. Beta male providers. Let me rephrase that, because it don't make you beta just because you got a girlfriend. But most, and I do mean most, men who have a girlfriend are beta male providers to that woman. That woman's only faithful to the guy because she needs that guy. Most women who are faithful to a guy right now need the guy. That's why she's faithful to you. And some of them ain't even faithful to you. They just hiding it. You ain't caught them yet. Some women will not leave a man because they scared of how am I going to get by in life? How am I going to survive? Only is faithful. If she had a whole bunch of other options, say, hey, I got you. I got millions of dollars. She probably would jump ship. Some men have beaten women down so much mentally, making them think that nobody wants them, that they feel like there is no other, they can do better. So since they think they cannot do better, they're going to be faithful to that option that makes them think that's the best option. If someone think they can't do better than you, then that's when they're going to just cling on to you, right? But what if they think they can do better than you? They're not going to commit to you. And what if you're dealing with women or men who only want sex and money and things like that? You think they're going to be faithful to you? It's not happening. And they got other people willing to give them money and shit too. It's not happening. A lot of these females on the internet, the reason why they not clinging to one of you dudes is because they got fucking attention from all these men in their inbox. That's why she's not going to be faithful to just you. She's going to keep looking because the internet makes her think she got more options than what she got. Her vagina got options, not her. Her vagina. A lot of women right now suffer in silence and don't want to leave a man because they're scared, because that man done made her feel like nobody else wants her. So now she feels like there is no better option. Or I got a kid by this guy. I got to make it work with him. I got a kid by him. I can't leave. There is no other option. So she's faithful to him. If you think that motherfuckers can get people who they think better than you and they going to be faithful to you, that's foolish. That's like me being able to get a Rolls Royce, but I'm going to settle for a beat up car. It's not going to happen because I have options to buy a Rolls Royce. So why would I settle for a beat up car if I have options to buy a Rolls Royce? A fine woman, a super fine ass woman, you think she gonna settle for you working at the post office when she can get fucking Kobe Bryant? You done fell and bumped your fucking head, dog. Wake up, this is not fantasy land. The only way you'll be able to pull that shit off is if you caught her at a younger age, before they start talking to each other about, yeah, get these men's bags, girl, and all this shit. If you as a woman think that men, think that you're gonna find many men out here who can get many women and just gonna sleep with you, you're a fool. It's not gonna happen. That's why most women get cheated on, because they look for the guy that everybody wants. And when they get the guy that everybody so-called wants, he cheats. I'm sick of the lies, man. Men are only faithful as they fucking options. Most men who are faithful to a woman that y'all see clinging to a woman and shit, because they can't get no other women better than that woman. Yeah, they can get other women, but since they consider that woman the best, those other women who they don't consider better than that woman is not an option, because she's not better than what they feel about that woman. But what if they could get 3 or 4 women that they feel the same way about this woman they like so much? You think they're going to be faithful? More than likely, no. That's why the so-called popular people and the people who got all these options and shit, all these people at their neck, they rarely ever faithful. Once a woman gets kids, starts to have kids, that's when her options start to slow down or dry up, because most men don't even want to take care of their own fucking kids. So when a woman has kids, her options start to dry up. Now she wants to be the good girl and don't want to play around no more. Funny how that works, huh? Same thing with a lot of men. Damn, homie, in high school you was the man, homie. Now he can't pull women like that because he fucked around in life. Fucking around with too many women, thought he was the shit all his life because it was handed to him at first. Now he's older. He's not the first draft choice no more. He fucked his life, fucked around in his life, right? And now women are older, so they're going to make better choices than men. So now this man's no longer the first draft choice. Now he has to cling and commit to a woman now. But when he was the shit back in high school, this motherfucker was sleeping with anybody. Because he was the man back then. The only way a fine ass woman gonna be faithful to you is if you're the number one choice. Because she has all kind of options. And people are going to say, well, what if she only wants, she got all these options, but she only wants one man. So what you said, Tuan, is they're only faithful as the options, but she has 300 billion options. Yeah, she has 300 billion options, but she only wants one guy. So therefore, those 300 billion options are not options. They are options, but they're not because she don't want them. So they are not options. But what if she only wants one guy, hypothetically saying, right? What if she wanted about 5 of them, and 5 of those guys that she really liked her? She just gonna pick one, right? You want me to believe that shit? No, I'm not believing it. You want women to believe that a man who could pull 5 superstar female models, he's gonna be faithful to one? You really want a woman to believe that shit? 9 times out of 10, no. Unless the man morally feels like, there's 2 types of men when it comes to this shit. Men who take pride in dealing with one woman, like this is my woman, I don't want to hurt her, cheat on her, I belong to her, she belongs to me, blah, blah, blah. And then you got men who take pride in how many women they can sleep with. It's one or the other. And that's the only way that a man can pull top-notch models and not cheat, is if he's a man that says, you know what, the Most High don't really want me to do this, so I'm not going to do it. I take pride in being a one-woman man. That's the only way. But how many men out here doing that? Everybody want to know why people don't want to be committed and faithful no more and all this shit. Look at social media. Social media gives people the illusion that they have many options. So when they got the illusion that I got so many options, I don't got to commit and this and that. But then when they get older, that's when they, oh, now I want to commit. Or summer's over, now I want to commit. Funny how when summer's over, everybody want to commit now and run back to exes and shit. But when spring came, everybody, I don't want to be with you no more, all this shit. Because the options about to start popping up. So now let me act the ass now. It's true, man. People are only as faithful as their options. Then you got a lot of people who literally are only with their boyfriend or girlfriend because survival mode. Not love, it's survival mode. I've seen it firsthand. Where you think the person loves you, but really it's just survival mode. That's all it is. You're the best option. Sometimes you're the only option, so they're going to cling to you. But if they had so many different options, they wouldn't commit to you like that. Think about all the men that y'all know. If you're a woman watching right now, think about all the men that you know that can get a decent amount of women. Are they faithful? Just wonder, I'm waiting. You might have maybe a small percent. But most of them, no, they sleeping with whoever. The only way you really going to get a faithful man is if that man's not out there like that, putting himself out there like that, or he doesn't really have the ability in his mind, or he just don't have he's just not a choice of a woman. Many women don't choose him. Then, yeah, he probably will be faithful, because when he get you the best he can get. So he's like, shit, it's the best I can get. And that should be looked at as a good thing, but people don't do that. You the best I can get. I don't want that. Get off me. Instead of looking at it as, hey, he sees something in me that other people don't see, or he didn't see in another person. That's why, like, a lot of people say once you let a woman know that you like her, and then she's going to stop liking you. And the reason why that could happen a lot is because if that woman feels that, no, you can't get no other woman. But if she really feels that you can get other women, but you just chose her, then it's a different story, because she feels like you're just choosing her because you want to, not because you have no choice. But that's why a lot of them get turned off if they sense that, man, he can't get no other woman. But me, I don't want him. That's why. That's why. I'm tired of the lies, man. People are only as faithful as their options, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Period. Sometimes people think options mean just somebody who like you. That don't mean that's an option. So if a woman like me that I completely do not like at all, that's an option? How? How is that an option? Technically, yes, but technically, no. It's not an option because I don't want her. I won't deal with her. Maybe an ex is an option to you. Maybe your baby daddy's an option to you, but you don't want him no more. So is he really an option? What about all those men in your inbox that, so every last man in your inbox, say this, a woman got 2,500 men in her inbox, right? Let's say she gave all 25 a check. I guarantee you most of them is going to be duds. Her pussy got options. She don't. I'm telling you, man, I know the difference between a woman who has a lot of men in her face versus women who don't really have a lot of men in their face like that. It's night and day. The woman who don't have a bunch of men in her face is probably the better option for you to choose because she is more likely down to earth. Her head is not so fucking big and thinking that she could just replace you at any given moment and all this other shit. More than likely, she's going to be complied with trying to be faithful to a man versus a woman who thinks every 5 seconds that she can get another man, so it's never good enough for her. It's a never-ending search. Unless you're that one, that's the only way. That's the only way, people. So they said, let me break down what they said so I can get the fuck up out of here. One said, what if you got the best option and blah, 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 whatever she said. Okay, and again, why do you think that person's the best option? 9 times out of 10 in her case, because she's married and got kids with the guy. Of course he's the best option. You ain't got no choice but to make it work with him. Who you gonna go to? If you got 3 or 4 kids, who you gonna go to? Unless a man got that many kids, or unless a man really wants a woman with kids like that, where you gonna go? So many women right now in relationships with men they don't want to be with. But shit, how am I going to survive and eat and pay the bills if I don't stay faithful to this guy? Or at least make it seem like I'm being faithful to this guy. Same thing with the men, vice versa. I ain't got nowhere to stay, man. I got to act like I'm faithful to this chick right now. I can't get no other women right now. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm done. Most men are only in relationships right now because they wanted oh shit, I think I can sleep with her anytime I want. Let me go ahead and commit to her. Most men, if they could get a lot of women, they would not be in no fucking relationship. That's facts. It's facts. Unless you are what? The one that they think is the one they really want. Which means if you're the one I really want and I don't want but one woman, there is no other options. Why you think some women who pick this one guy and this one guy shit on them and shit, now she don't want to talk to no other man. No other man compares. She don't even want to deal with them, look at them, nothing. Because they're no longer options anymore, man. That guy was the only option and that guy don't want her. That's why I tell y'all so many times, man, if you're not the number one guy, leave the chick alone, man. If you're not the number one girl, leave the guy alone because you're just going to be what you would call an option. They're not going to be satisfied, man, unless you're somebody they really want, man. And if you're not somebody they really want, then they more than likely going to cheat. I'm sick of people talking about everybody's faithful and there's good people in the world and all this. Then what's all this other shit? What's all this other shit I read on Facebook every day about people getting cheated on and all this shit? What's this shit? I'm tired of playing like this shit, this fairy tale, man. Like this shit doesn't exist and life is so much of a fairy tale and everybody in a relationship is perfectly innocent and perfectly happy. That's bullshit and I know it because I've been in relationships. And I've seen other people's relationships. You cannot convince me of that. It would be nice if relationships was like that, but they not. You got a very small portion of people who are actually really, really happy and really got who they really wanted in a relationship. Because most people get relationships out of need. I need somebody to wash my laundry. I need somebody to clean my dishes. I need somebody to give me sex. Need. I need a man to give me attention. I need a man to help me with my bills. Need. And that's why they cheat too. Because they're only with you for the needs. Not because you're the one they really want. She got Wesley Snipes, but desire the blue-eyed, blonde-haired guy. She got the blue-eyed, blonde-haired guy, but desires Wesley Snipes. She ain't gonna tell you that. A lot of y'all men think a woman gonna come up and tell you what she really desire, man. You just gotta know. If her pussy ain't dripping, she probably don't desire you, dog. If she don't really want to sleep with you all the time or be up on you, more than likely she probably don't desire you. Well, why is she faithful to me then in all this? Because of survival, man. Same reason why men act like they're faithful to women. Out of need and survival. Can't get no other option, so hey, I'm going to deal with you for now. And fuck your life up until I'm done with you. Then I'm going to run back to another ex or to somebody else. See, a lot of times, a man is with a woman he don't really want. But if a woman came along that he really wanted, he'd drop her like a bad habit, man. Gone. Gone. I give women more of a benefit of a doubt of this. A lot of men are going to say that's not true and say women are the ones that do it. But I think once a woman's attached, she might do it, but she'll come back. Men ain't coming back. A man is not coming back if a supermodel say, hey, come with me. He ain't coming back. Until that woman leave him alone. Then he'll come back to you. A woman, though, the emotions going to get to her. She going to miss that guy. If whether you better than him or not. If she went from you straight to him, not happening, dog. She going to go back to that guy. She going to go back. Her emotions will not allow it. But at the end of the day, people, it all depends on why somebody wants you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people only want sex and weed and drinks and shit like that, man. So why would if that's all I want is weed, sex, and drinks and kicking it? Why am I going to be faithful to you, man? I'm not. When I say I don't mean me. I don't smoke and drink. Y'all know that. But I'm speaking from another person. They're not going to be faithful to you. That's what you see out here, man. And the ones that you see in relationships is one or two things. Either they ran into somebody that they don't think they can do better than, which means they have no more options. Right? Either they ran into somebody who they don't think they can do better than, or they need somebody. It's one or the other. And personally, ain't nothing wrong with running into somebody you don't think you can do better than. The problem comes in when that other person feels a certain way about it. How do they feel about it? Do they feel the same way? Or do they take it as, I don't really want you because you can't get nobody other than me, so I don't want you now either. Who knows? Hey, I'm done talking about this shit, man. People are only as faithful as their options, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And most people are only dealing with people. Everybody has an agenda, and everybody love has conditions. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody's love has conditions. It could be a man. I love her every night as long as she give me head and shit still. Cut that man off from head. More than likely, he gonna start acting funny. A lot of women say they don't care about money and all this bullshit. Why are they dealing with a man then? Okay, if they don't care about money and shit, get with them and let them pay all the bills and see what happens. Everybody's love is conditioned unless it's your mother and father, man, or your children. Period. There's conditions under that, and nothing's wrong with that, as long as there's loyalty there and respect there. But if you think people love without any conditions, then maybe feelings-wise, yes. But eventually, they're going to leave you alone. Like, unconditional love would be, I caught her cheating, so I'm still going to stay. Remember, it's a condition. The condition is her cheating on me. But I'm still going to stay, right? Hell no, I'm not going to stay. You know what I'm saying? That's just facts. But I still care about the person emotionally, right? Just like every long-term woman I've ever been with. I care about them from a distance. I don't got to talk to them. Don't got to see them. Don't got to run back to them. Because my love is unconditional. But however, once the conditions change, I got to separate from you. So my love is still there for you. It's just not in you. It's not in the present. It's not in your presence. You're not my presence. It's not like I hate the person. But, you know, people want y'all to believe that these people just magically just leave y'all alone and go fuck with other people and all this and all that just out of spite. Like, it just happens. Nah, it's happening because people are only as faithful as their options, man. You know, that's why, you know, you texting a girl, she texting you constantly. And then all of a sudden, oh, what happened? No more texting you, and you look, and she's out of town, fucking on a skyscraper with some other guy or some shit. This is what they do. Or I'm going back to my ex now. Now they don't even speak to you or know who the fuck you are, or even care if you died today. But y'all want me to believe that people are faithful? People aren't as faithful. You know what I'm trying to say. Y'all want me to believe it's not true. It is true. Because the less options, the less women and men a woman or man is dealing with, the more they seem to cling to you and show you attention and all that shit. But then when they start talking to more people, them texts start to drift away and all that shit, don't it? Why is that? Why is that? Even in relationships, when somebody starts cheating, what happens? They start drifting away from that person. Start acting funny and all this other shit. They're only as faithful as their options, man. I don't give a fuck what you say. That doesn't mean that somebody who has a whole bunch of options is less faithful than somebody who only has little options. Because you got to take into consideration, how do they feel about the options they have? Like picking routes at my job or something. I'm like the first pick. That don't mean I want all these routes. I have the option to pick all of them, but really are they options? Or only certain routes options? Just wondering. Again, people are only as faithful as their options. Meaning, again, I must break this down one more time. If a person has a lot of people that like them, that they like, I guarantee you that person's probably not going to be faithful to one person, more than likely. And I know a man ain't. It's rare. Unless that man wants to be a one-woman man. But if he don't, which most don't, the more options. But a man don't even got to like a woman. That's another thing. We didn't even touch on that. A man don't even have to like a woman to want to fuck. Or fuck her. He don't. He don't. And that's what women don't get. So the most men who decide to commit and be with a woman, a lot of times they're doing that to have in-house pussy. Or to have somebody clean up for them and all this other shit, man. And they can't get it from other women. That's the other thing. You cook, you clean, you give him sex and everything. He can't get that from any woman. So guess what? I gotta stay with you. If he can get it from multiple women, he probably wouldn't even be in a relationship with you. That's facts. A lot of women could get money and this and that and attention and all this shit from a whole bunch of men, but she can only get the love from one man or maybe a few that want to love her. So that's why you see a woman ending up, not always, but a lot of times, that's why you see a woman with a boyfriend, but really she wants these guys over here. Them guys got what she wants, but love. But this guy don't really have what she wants, but he loves her. So let me pick the love and then cheat with these motherfuckers. This is what goes on. Stop telling me I don't know what I'm talking about, man. It's the truth. And it is what it is. Nobody here to judge. And you could take that shit vice versa. My girl loves, you know how many times I hear a man say, my girl loves me, but the nasty girl gives me the better head. So that's why I cheat, Tuan. Why do they cheat with the ugly girl? Probably because that ugly girl's way nastier. She does way more shit that you're not doing. You want to know the truth? That's the truth. Tired of the lies, man. That's the truth. same vice versa. Well, she's my wife. I don't want to choke her and pull her hair and all that. Well, she probably gonna desire to fuck somebody else then, motherfucker. You better dominate your wife, because if not, she gonna fantasize about somebody else doing it. You making love all the fucking time. Mix this shit up, motherfucker. If not, then suffer the consequences. Because a woman gonna have other options. So if you're not fulfilling her needs, well, it's gonna take one hell of a woman to really. A woman really gotta fuck with you to say, you know what? His dick game whack or this or that, but I'ma still fuck with him. It's rare still though. I promise you, man. You gotta come 100%, man. If you don't, well, she probably gonna want somebody else, man. That's just the way it is. And even if a woman don't leave you, man, and stay faithful to you because she feel like she got to, don't mean she don't desire to leave you. Just because her body there don't mean she desires to be there. It's another thing y'all men don't get, and women don't get as well. It's a dirty ass game, and if you're not careful, you're gonna get burned like the rest, man. You know, almost everybody who's in a relationship right now, something happened, more than likely. It looks good on the outside, like, damn, man, I wish I had that. But guess what, man? When you think back about when you was in relationships, don't think the world just changed. Nothing new under the sun. It's the same shit. Everybody gonna put on that perfect persona of their relationship. I'm so in love. But sometimes you know for a fact, like, man, I just fucked the old girl the other day. And now she's in love with him. Ain't that a bitch? She just had my dick in her mouth. Come on, man. I'm telling you, this shit can't be made up. That's why you hear women on Facebook all the time. Her man loves him, but he just had his mouth in my butt. That's why you see this, man. I've seen it firsthand. A motherfucker will lie straight to your face. They love you to death and you all they want, and it's not true, man. Because people are only as faithful as their options, and if you wasn't their number one option, if you're not their number one option, you are really no option. You're just there more than likely out of need. Nobody picks someone who is not their number one option unless they feel they don't have no other option. If that makes sense. If you feel like you have other options, what are you going to do? You're not going to commit to a person, right? Ain't that what women do? Leaving you on red and shit because they feel they can do better than you. So you're not an option. I can get other options, right? But she stops when she feels like, oh, this is the one I like. And when it's somebody that you really like, that means there is no other options at that point, because you're going to be stuck on that one person. And when that guy fucks up or does her dirty, now she's back to texting you and replying in inboxes and all these other men. Until the other one come along that she really like. Then y'all got to go back to the Orbiter zone again. I was only being faithful, aka reciprocating to you and talking to you and blah, 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 because I didn't have any options. But now that my options have came along again, aka the guys that I really want, now you gotta go back to that zone. Oh, I was only coming back to fuck you some more because I didn't have no pussy on deck. My rotation dried up. But now that my rotation's back, now I'm gonna pull that mask back off and act like a fucking dick again. Baby, please come back. I love you. I'll never hurt you. Why? Because he ain't got no options. When you come back, the mask come right back off. Y'all better wake up, man. And it's sad. Hey, I'm out of here, man. I keep losing the connection. And I pretty much touched on everything I had to say. You know, I'm just letting y'all know that it's not hopeless, but I'm letting y'all know that, man, that's what it really is, man. So, you know, beware of this. Beware of why a man might want to fuck other women and all this and all that. And I'm tired of hearing that men it's in their nature to fuck a bunch of women, or I love you but I'm fucking other women bullshit. It's all bullshit. You're just an option. That's why he's doing it. If you was more than an option to the man, ain't no fucking way he trying to deal with no other woman. He ain't trying to lose you. He ain't trying to see you fucking somebody else. He know karma coming. He know karma at the door. You know what I mean? Plus, if you care about somebody that much, you don't want to hurt that person. You can't even picture in your mind like, man, I can't do that to her because I wouldn't want her to do that to me type shit. You know, I love you, but I fuck other women. It's ridiculous, man. It is. And I got friends and shit to do it, but oh well, I'm telling the truth. I don't care who don't like it. It's not good, man. It really ain't. You might as well just be single, man. I don't get it. But then they can't be single because they don't have options. They don't have options of a woman who's going to put up with the shit they do. All faithful really means is, even though faithful's supposed to mean like not doing somebody wrong and shit, but really you could what faithful means in this day and age is like just dealing with somebody for whatever reason, like you're together, I guess. You know, that's what motherfuckers consider faithful these days. So when I was saying faithful in this video, that's what I mean. I don't necessarily mean truly faithful. I mean what like people are only as faithful as their options, in the way of explaining it to y'all to make it make more sense of why somebody might cling to somebody that they really don't want and shit. You know what I'm saying? They really don't want to be with, but they'll cling to them and stay with them and shit. And in the end, they're going to leave that person. You can best believe that. Especially if that person stops doing what they're doing to make that person want to fuck with them. Oh, they gone. Soon as that person stops doing what they doing to make that person be faithful to them. You know, let's call it fake faithful, because that's what it is. Call it how I see it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm out of here, man. I'm in this house and I'm gone. Y'all either get it or y'all don't, man. And, you know, a lot of people, for everybody, man. And you could deny it all you want to. You know, I'm not saying everybody. I said a lot of people, like 95%. You know, there's a 5% chance that you're going to run into somebody that you like. Remember, you got to like them too. So you might as well just throw that shit down to 3%. But either way, man, it is what it is, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. But don't believe the lies. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe the lies and be like, oh, that's not true. People are as faithful as their options, and this and that. How come such and such is with this one or that one? Everything that glitter ain't gold, man. Everything glitter ain't gold, and some people, especially when it comes to men, some men feel like they can't there is no other option. I gotta choose her. She's the best choice. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. If he's choosing her because he feels like she's the best, you know, like I don't like nobody else more than her, that's a good thing. But if he's doing it because I can't get no better than her, that's the difference. Let's say I'm rich and I could buy a Rolls Royce, but I like Cadillacs. You see? So the Cadillac's my best option. I could buy the Rolls Royce, but I like the Cadillacs better. Right? Same thing. Now put that with a man. Or you could say somebody like Jay-Z. He likes Beyonce the best, but he could get a model or some shit. So he's choosing Beyonce out of choice. Not out of desperation or, man, I can't get no better, fuck it. That type shit. That's bullshit. And that's why that turns a lot of women off when they think that you can't get nobody else. Because they think, well, you're just picking me out of desperation. Nobody else wants you. I don't want you either. You know, it is what it is, though, man. Gone.